This is T-Force. Now they are a union, Teamster union company. T-Force. They are LTL. They used to be UPS. They haul doubles and 40-foot liftgate trailers in the city, P&D. See, there's a dolly for their doubles. And I'll talk more about them later. They have union benefits. They're a pretty good company to work for if you can. Next, we're going to talk about AAA Cooper. Now, they're owned by Swift, but that doesn't mean they're a bad company. They're still a really good LTL company. I put them in Class C with Averett and Central Transport, but you could still make very good money with them and be home every night. See the day cabs, local, home every night, and weekends, holidays off, good pay, good benefits. And with AAA Cooper, you're still gonna make about 80,000 a year if you work hard. So they're another good company. And next, I'm gonna talk about them right across the street, Old Dominion Freight Lines. Now they're one of the top companies. I put them up there with Estes of FedEx Freight and A Class. If you can get on with Old Dominion, that's one of the best companies out there, LTL. They do line haul, P&D teams, and their pay is also way up there at 89 cents a mile, I believe now, $37 an hour for local P&D pickup and delivery. So Old Dominion is one I highly recommend too. And they're one of the best, Old Dominion. But don't forget AAA Cooper too. If you're just getting into local driving, they're a great option to get your career started. Both. Here's another LTL company, Averett. Now, Averett, I'd put down in Class C. It's still a good local company where you can be home every night. They do over the road. They also do LTL, P&D, and some line haul. Averett. Their pay is in the lower class though. You'll still make around 70,000 a year and be home every night with Averett. Estes Express Lines. Now, this is one of the top tier companies I'm going to put in A class. If you can get a job here with Estes, you'll have it made in the future. They do same as T-Force and the other companies I mentioned, Old Dominion. They do line haul and city P&D. And I'll tell you more about all of them, line haul and P&D, later on. They also have team trucks and very top pay. Right now, they're paying solo drivers right around 89 cents a mile and $38 an hour for city P&D. And I believe their team trucks are up in the 90s, 90 cents per mile. So this is one of the companies you want. Okay, here's a really good company, LTL. This is Saya. I'd put Saya in Class B. They also do P&D, line haul, and teams. And with Saya, you can look to earn around 90,000 a year, easily, possibly more if you're line haul. P&D in the city. P&D means pickup and delivery, and what that means is you'll have multiple stops every day, maybe 10 stops a day or more. And each stop, I get one or two pallets, or you'll pick up one or two pallets. And using a pallet jack, electric or manual, and a little bit of labor involved, but you'll be home every night. You'll earn good hourly pay and great benefits. I do recommend Saya highly. Okay, now we move on to FedEx Freight. Now, FedEx has several different divisions. FedEx Ground is one of them, and there are others. I'll cover them in other videos because they have nothing to do with LTL, less than truckload. So today we're talking about FedEx Freight, and they're one of the top companies also. I'll put them in A tier. There's three companies in A tier, Old Dominion, Estes, and FedEx Freight. I put them in A tier because they're the top pay, those three. They have the best pay and the best benefits currently out there. So FedEx Freight, I'd highly recommend them. P&D, pickup and delivery, and line haul. See if you can get in there. I believe, yeah, there's some of their P&D trailers right there. P&D, they got 40-foot, 48-foot, and 53-foot trailers, some with a lift gate. The driver will have to lift gate freight, but I mean, you're home every night with weekends off, and you're making 80 to 90,000 a year or more. It's just a little bit of labor, not that bad. I did it for many years, P&D. So I mean, it ain't that hard. Anyone can do it, and it's a lot easier than food service. I'll get into food service delivery in another video. Okay, now we're over here at XPO Logistics. I'd put them in Class B, almost Class A LTL company. You'll make 100,000 a year with XPO and be home every night. Line haul, P&D. Remember, I told you P&D is pickups and deliveries. Now, line haul, I'll tell you a little more about line haul now. Line haul is mostly night shift, but there are some day shift. And what it is you're just driving relays. You'll go from one place to another, drop and hook, or you'll meet another driver and drop and hook and switch trailers with them, and then you'll come back here and go home. Now, there's another thing I'd like to point out. All of these videos I took today were on Memorial Day, a holiday, and you'll see every one of these LTL companies are pretty much closed on the holiday, and their drivers are getting paid today. They get holiday pay to sit at home, but they can work. It's optional. If they want to come in and work, they'll get double pay today. Some of them will make $900 to work a 12-hour shift today. And one day, $900 just to work on a holiday, if they want, volunteer. Now, I know this XPO location here is only Monday through Friday. Weekends are volunteers only. So if you get hired on here, you'll be home every night or every day, and weekends off and holidays off, with excellent pay and benefits. XPO is another one I highly recommend. Next, we got R&L LTL Freight. They do P&D, line haul, and teams. Now, they're a little different than some of the others. I'd like to discuss that with you too now. Some LTL companies, Estes does it, Southeastern, R&L, their drivers line haul will be kind of over the road. You're in a day cab, but you're in hotels every night. See, you'll come here to the yard, drop your trailers, and then you go bobtail to the hotel, and the company pays for it. And you'll be out 5-10 days, but in the hotel every night. And R&L also has some over-the-road stuff. I don't know much about their over-the-road stuff, but they're really good. You'll make 80 to 100,000 a year, be home every night, or stay in hotels every night. If I'm going over the road, being in a hotel is much better than sleeping in a truck at a truck stop. So that's something to consider. And R&L does P&D. I'd put them in Class B. I mean, they're really good with pay and benefits too, if you're looking to be home every night, which most drivers are nowadays. Now I want to talk to you about Central Transport, LTL. Now, they're widely considered to be at the bottom of the LTL companies. But they're a great start. Get your foot in the door, local, you're home every night, P&D, line haul. You'll still make around 70 to 80,000 a year. You'll work a lot of hours with them, maybe 60 a week. But they're a great company to get your start. And I'm not going to pretend to know everything about trucking. That is not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to give you the names of these companies so you can do your own research. I want to give you the names and a brief description of what they do, what you can expect, the pay, benefits, hours. And as you notice, it's a holiday. They're off too, and they're getting paid today to sit at home. Don't you want to sit at home on the holiday, 3-day weekend, and get paid? LTL trucking is where you want to go. It is the top tier of trucking. You'll be home more often than over the road. You'll make great money, and it's a really good industry to get into, LTL trucking. If you have more questions or comments, just ask them in the comment section. Bear with me now. This is my first video. There's going to be many more to come. I'm going to talk about food service delivery. I'm going to talk about tankers, all local, home every night. I'm even going to go into Class B jobs, like garbage trucks, cement mixers, and I know nothing about them, but I'm going to give you the company names. You can do your own research. Right across the street here is R&L. This is their old yard. See, give you an idea of what they do. You back into the dock. If you're a dock worker, you drive the forklift up in there and load and unload the trailers. Now that's another good job, dock workers. A lot of them make 24 an hour working for these LTL companies. 24 an hour. You still get holidays off because nobody's here. Even the dock workers have the day off. And you'll make good money, and all you do is drive the forklift, strap and tarp and load the trailers. Some manual labor, but not a lot. So that's another good start. Get your foot in the door as a dock worker. Tell them you want your CDL, and a lot of these companies will help you get them. All right, now we're at Southeastern. Now, I'm going to talk a little more about them because they're a top tier company. They're regional, and there's a lot of local regional LTL companies, and I can't tell you the names of all of them because they're local in your region, but I can tell you some of them. Pitt, Ohio, up in the Midwest, Dayton Freight in the Midwest, both Class A. Those regional are really good companies. Out west, you got Oak Harbor. I forget the names, but there's some up in the Northeast too. There's a lot of local regional LTL companies that are really good, top tier companies. So you need to check them out. You can find them in your local area if you just search. Now, what I want to talk to you about here is new drivers, just getting your CDL and starting out. Almost all of these LTL companies have a program they call Dock to Driver. That's where you start out working on the dock, driving forklifts, loading trucks, and they'll train you and teach you how. And then you sign up for their program called Dock to Driver. And they'll help you go through their own school and get a CDL and then put you in one of their trucks, earning $30+ an hour, 80+ cents a mile from day one. And almost all of them do it. But you got to check your local area, contact your local company, ask the manager, talk to the drivers, come up here during the day, and you'll see the drivers here in the parking lot getting out of their cars, and you can talk to them for a few minutes. Don't bother them too much, but see, there's a driver parking lot. They'll be right there Monday through Friday, and most of them are willing to talk to you for a few minutes before they got to work. And then try to go inside. Talk to the secretary if you can. Ask to talk to the manager. Tell them you want a job as a dock worker, and then you want to work your way up and get your CDL. Become a dock to driver. Now, a lot of them will also hire right out of school. It depends on their needs and location. If they're real busy and they need a lot of drivers, they will hire you right out of the school. They might put you in their own training programs, but it's still far better than going over the road. And you'll earn way more money local LTL than you ever will over the road. That is a given fact.